Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. We wanted to start on the daily time frame. The crypto sector looks a little bit friendly today, which is specifically good for altcoins as Bitcoin is hovering just below 100k. The overall idea is that we should still go higher in this cycle, so we have probably not yet reached a major top. Just wanted to highlight that again for anybody who's new on the channel. That's why we start every day on the daily time frame, while I consider the risk high in this region here, because we're in a wider topping region. We still probably should see a few more upside squiggles. The higher we go more directly though, I mean, should we break the last high, the more probable it gets that the top, the larger degree top, gets reached rather sooner than later. I mentioned that in some of the last videos. In the last bull markets, or let's say when Bitcoin at least approached some kind of a major top, then Bitcoin sometimes did not form a clear 4-5 pattern at the end. So it means that you shouldn't necessarily rely on the last 4-5 pattern and be confused or surprised if a large correction, or you could even say crash, happens a little bit earlier. Therefore, everybody needs to be prepared, have a plan, because things will happen in real time when nobody expects it, okay? And you have to have a plan. That means you might want to adjust your stop losses, you might want to plan for when to take profits, or you want to, just de-risk a little bit. That's personal decision. I can only say that we are likely in a topping region, and ideally the price has not formed the top, and we should move towards 120, 130k. But still, that is not far away considering cryptos, and the volatility in cryptos. So overall, the idea is that we could have started this fourth wave correction, but Bitcoin at the moment is still holding even above micro support on the 1 hour time frame. The support area held, Bitcoin used it as a jump off point to get above 97k. We are going to take a look at the 1 hour chart in a minute, but the first support area on the daily that is relevant is located between 78k and 85.7k. We haven't reached it yet. We could reach it, but we need to see a break below upper micro support on the 1 hour chart. We're currently still holding in a range, and we're going to take a look at that now. Looking at the 1 hour chart, we can see that Bitcoin pulled back in 3 waves. This technically always leaves the door open for higher, either in a high B wave. That's what we learned from the Elliott Wave method, or Elliott Wave principle, that if we have an A wave in 3 waves, which is here the yellow scenario, then B waves can be quite aggressive. They can even overshoot previous highs, and we might reach 100k or more in a B wave, which is already what I highlighted last week. So if you don't want to miss updates like these, you can check out our gold membership. There's pretty much everything in writing, the most important facts and thoughts around the structure. Remember that down here, when the price was coming down to touch this area around 91k, the idea was that at least a B wave would start and was placed around 100,330, or maybe even something more bullish. The communication around it was that technically there is the potential that even the B wave overshoots and reaches 100k. Just important to know that, because otherwise people are surprised if we see aggressive B waves. It is not anything you can predict, but it is stuff you can expect. But it's just something to watch for. I mean, the structure is choppy. We have overlapping price action, and whether this is a high B wave now, which again would form an ABC itself, or we are in a wave 3 to the upside, an extension still with a very deep wave 4, which however is still valid. Time will tell, but it probably will be difficult to distinguish them from each other. At the moment, the support region will stay the same. Yesterday, I think around the same time, I introduced this micro support area here to you and highlighted that, look, as long as we're holding above it, the price is just here in a range, might even form one more high. It would require a decisive break below 92,122 to confirm further that we're in the that we've started the C wave down. The idea that we are in this larger fourth wave and that this is an ABC structure is currently my preferred interpretation, but the extension to the upside cannot be ruled out. Again, in practice, it probably doesn't make a great difference because both can go a bit higher. And clearly that B wave hasn't topped here yet, yeah, but we are still probably in the process. These, as I said, the support area stays the same. So Fibonacci support, if you watched the last video, you know about the relevant Fibonacci support levels, 94,760 to 92,122, and the price is still respecting them. What I mentioned in yesterday's video was that everything in this range really is just to be considered noise until we get a decisive break above the last high. We haven't got that, so above 97,360. While the price is attacking it, it's still, I mean, even that isn't really a range breakout, but that's the nearest Fibonacci level. Then we've got the next resistance at around 99K. That can offer some resistance. And then 100,330 is the next Fib level. Doesn't mean the high B wave would have to stop there, but it would be the next milestone target. And then we would reach actually 100K. So it seems like the buyers don't want to give up easily on that concept of 100K Bitcoin. Not yet. We'll see if we can get there. I mean, it would be great also for the altcoins. We have quite a few setups which are playing out because Bitcoin is hovering in the range. So that's at the moment, you know, what I can say about Bitcoin. Moving up and down in corrective structures. I would say that the structure will likely morph a little bit more over the coming days, but the overall idea is clear. We haven't reached a top yet. We can still go higher. Pullbacks can be used for maybe small purchases. Obviously, we're still very high in the overall range on the Bitcoin chart. Yeah, but I mentioned that this week, from a tactical point of view, I think from a spot holdings point of view, pullbacks can be carefully used for buying. Anybody who read that signal might have already done it, would now be in profit, but the idea was that be careful. So for example, this was another update I posted on the 26th of November. Again, these written updates can be useful not to miss anything. Again, the price was at 93K. It can be reasonable to use this pullback to carefully add positions to spot holdings. So not sure if anybody did that, but we were close to a micro support area. Expected a bounce in each, in either scenario, and we could now be on our way to 100K or so. But again, the idea was to use overall this entire pullback to add a little bit, because pullbacks in a bull market can be an opportunity. Yeah, that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. And if you are interested in the membership, then you can check out our trailer video on the channel page. It explains the membership in a couple of minutes. There's also a link to our website where you can sign up directly if you're interested and join the community. There are, for example, some member-only videos. We also provide a lot of educational content. On Sunday, there's the next member live stream. There are a lot of additional updates for gold members as well on Discord. So yeah, check it out if you're interested. And we also update the charts on the weekend, by the way. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.